Get great deals on the latest phones, tablets and business apps with O2 Business.
Hey guys, Basil here with a quick comparison between the Huawei P9 and the LG G5. The G5 isn't available to buy until Friday in the UK, but if you're in the US you can pick one up. It's got a beautiful new metal design, slightly chunky, but it does have a really innovative camera setup. Dual cameras. What else has dual cameras? Oh yeah, the Huawei P9 in combination with Leica's imaging smarts. They've put together what they claim is the best camera experience on a smartphone today. I have to say, I am loving the G5. Its wide-angle lens really does just capture more information than any other smartphone that I have used in my life. I freaking love it. So stay tuned for the review of that. But while I've got these two side by side, let's talk around some key differences. First off, you can see, despite the fact they have similar sized screens, 5.3 versus 5.2 inches, the G5 being the bigger of the two, the Huawei P9 is a much smaller device. It's much slimmer and it just feels more manageable in the hand. It also has much more seamless transitions from the glass through to the metal. There's a kind of sharp, stylistic edge on the G5. And the screens are both IPS technology. You can see there are no on-screen buttons, front-firing cameras on both, USB Type-Cs on both, bottom-firing speakers, a 3.5mm headphone jack on the G5 is up at the top. Right-hand side, you've got volume and power buttons on the P9. Left-hand side, you've got a SIM card and SD card slot. Left-hand side is where you've got the volume buttons on the G5, and around the back, you've got that fingerprint scanner that doubles up as a power button, as well as obviously that beautiful, wonderful camera setup that I have really grown to love. Inside, you've got some different user interfaces over Android 6.0. You can expect both of them to absolutely kill the applications tray. You've got no apps tray, so instead you have all your applications strewn across your home screens along with your widgets. You can get the application tray back on your G5. Watch our video explaining how to do that if you want to do just that. Back to the UIs, how do they differ? Well, Huawei's themes tend to be a lot busier, a lot more transition filled and everything. And indeed, this looks like a very similar experience to Motion UI we've seen before. Pull down from the top of both and you'll get your notification shade, but it's a two-page notification shade on the Huawei P9 as opposed to the one. You've got all your quick toggles up at the top right there. You can pinch out to get an overview of your home screens, and you can long press to get an overview of your home screens on the G5. As far as the cameras go, we can actually see how wide the wide angle is on both. I'm going to flip the wide angle off and take a quick snap. In fact, it's in manual mode, so let's flip it to automatic mode. Take a picture on both devices. Similar amounts of handshake. And let's take a look at the picture. It's not a camera comparison, but it should just give you a pretty instantaneous result. And you can see you've got a lot more saturation on the P9 if what is going on the screen is anything to go by. And holding them both in front of me, actually, like I said, I absolutely love the G5, but the P9 seems to be the more representative picture of the two. Jumping out of that, it does all change. When you flip the wide angle on, there is no way that the P9 could compete with LG G5's dual camera sensor in that respect. Can't wait to see how one monochromatic sensor, one color sensor stacks up against two 8-megapixel color sensors. We'll be getting it in, like I said, and doing all the tests, and you can ask us any questions. We'll be sure to answer in the comments section below. Internals, you've got a Kirin 955 processor paired with 3 gig of RAM or 4 gig of RAM, depending on the size variant you go for. As for the G5, you've got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 820 with 4 gigabytes of RAM. Having a little bit of trouble with this demo mode going crazy, but bear with me on this. As far as connectivity goes, both will have Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, GPS, etc. NFC packing as well. Would have loved to see wireless charging. I think wireless charging is really beneficial on devices that pack USB Type-Cs, because USB Type-Cs aren't all that common. Sadly though, neither device has that. As far as batteries go, 3,000 milliamp battery on the P9 versus a 2,800 battery on the G5. I've been using my G5 as my primary device all day today. You can see it's pretty much 20-25% or so, and it's 4:11 p.m. So it should last me just a day. Guessing that the P9 will last a little bit longer given the extra 200 milliamps, but we all know optimizations can change everything. That said, finish this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, click that thumbs up button, like the channel, subscribe. It's how you'll stay on top of everything that we do. Thanks for watching BTech.
Get great deals on the latest phones, tablets and business apps with O2 Business.